Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to cover part 1 of lipids. So let's start. So lipids are class of organic compounds. Which organic compounds? Like fats, oils, phospholipids, waxes, steroids, fat-soluble vitamins, etc. And these organic compounds are soluble in inorganic solvent and they are insoluble in water or slightly soluble in water. So these are lipids. Now let's see classification of lipids. So lipids are classified into three main types: simple lipids, complex lipids and derived lipids. So first we'll start with oils and fats. So as I said, oils and fats are made of fatty acids and glycerol. So let's see what are fatty acids. So fatty acids are long chains of hydrogen and carbon atoms, also called as hydrocarbon chain, which ends with carboxylic group, that is COOH. And there are different types of fatty acids: saturated fatty acids and unsaturated fatty acids. Now let's see what are saturated fatty acids. So saturated fatty acids are those fatty acids which have single bond in between their carbon atoms, and also these are solid at room temperature. So examples of saturated fatty acids are acetic acid, butyric acid. Now here 2, 4, 6, 8, all these numbers here denote number of carbon atoms. And 0 denotes number of double bond. Okay. So double bond will be 0 always. So here you can see number of carbon atoms till 4. 4 number of carbon atoms. These are called as short chain fatty acids. So example of short chain fatty acids are acetic acid and butyric acid. Then till 12th carbon atom, these are medium chain fatty acids. Okay. Medium chain saturated fatty acids, which include caproic, caprylic, capric and lauric acid. And all other from myristic acid, palmitic acid, stearic acid, archidic acid, behenic acid and lignoceric acid. These all are long chain saturated fatty acids. Okay. Long chain saturated fatty acids. Now let's see where actually they are present. So acetic acid, we all know it is present in vinegar. Butyric acid in butter. Now word capra is related to goat. So it is present in goat fat. Lauric is present in coconut oil. This myristic acid is present in spices, mainly nutmeg. Palmitic acid in palm oil. Okay. Stearic acid in animal fat. Okay. Archidic and lignoceric acid, these two in peanut oil. Okay. Behenic acid in ben oil, etc. Now here lignoceric, basically lignoceric, this indicates it is also present in wood. Okay. Now let's see what are unsaturated fatty acids. Unsaturated fatty acids means those who have double bond in between their carbon atoms, and these are liquid at room temperature. So they can be monounsaturated fatty acids or polyunsaturated fatty acids. Monounsaturated fatty acids means those who have only one double bond, and polyunsaturated means who have more than one double bond. More than one double bond. Okay. So examples of monounsaturated fatty acids are myristoylic acid, palmitoylic acid and oleic acid. Here you can see they have one double bond. Okay. And examples of polyunsaturated fatty acids are linoleic acid, linolenic acid and arachidonic acid. So linoleic acid has two double bonds, linolenic has three double bonds and arachidonic has four double bonds. Okay. Now let's see trans fatty acids. So unsaturated fatty acids are of two types: cis fatty acid and trans fatty acid. So cis fatty acids are those in which hydrogen atoms of carbon with double bond are on same side, like here. These hydrogen atoms are on same side, and in trans, hydrogen atoms are on opposite sides. Okay. Now, when these trans fatty acids are formed, so usually we all know unsaturated fatty acids are liquid in nature. Okay. So whenever they are being converted into semi-solid form or solid form by reaction called partial hydrogenation reaction, okay, partial hydrogenation reaction, we are going to see this reaction in part 2, where your fatty acid is exposed to hydrogen gas. So this reaction is done to convert the fat into semi-solid or solid form. So this is when trans fatty acids are formed artificially. Also, artificially trans fats are formed when you use high temperature during frying. Your oil is heated at very high temperature, or it is also formed when you do repeated frying or reusing your oil. Okay. And trans fats are natural also. Now, how natural? So, naturally, they are produced in stomach of cow and sheep. So, they can be found in meat or dairy products like milk. So, those are the natural trans fats. Okay. So, trans fatty acids have very adverse or dangerous effects, like it increases bad cholesterol, that is low density lipoprotein, and decreases good cholesterol. Okay. It also increases risk of heart attack, cancer, diabetes, and also leads to accumulation of fat in liver. Okay. Now let's see what are essential fatty acids. So essential fatty acids are those which are not synthesized in body and should be supplied through diet. So why they are not synthesized in body? Because human body cannot introduce double bond beyond the ninth carbon from carboxylic end. Okay. And examples of this essential fatty acids are linolenic acid, alpha linolenic acid, then linoleic acid, eicosapentaenoic acid, docosahexaenoic acid, and arachidonic acid. Okay. Now after fatty acid, let's see glycerides. So glycerol with 1 to 3 fatty acid will give you acyl glycerol or glycerides. So glycerol with 1 fatty acid gives monoglyceride, with 2 fatty acid it gives diglyceride, and glycerol with 3 fatty acid gives you triglyceride. Now here triglyceride is very important because 95 to 98% of lipid content in fats and oil is from triglyceride. Okay. These triglycerides are simple or mixed. Simple means all the 3 fatty acids are same, and mixed means 2 or 3 fatty acids are different. Okay. And keep in mind triglycerides, when they are solid at room temperature, these are called as fats. And when they are liquid at room temperature, these are called as oils. Okay. Now we are done with fats and oils. Let's see waxes. Now waxes are also long chain of fatty acids. Only the difference is here it does not have glycerol as alcohol but have acetyl alcohol. So fatty acid chain plus acetyl alcohol will give you waxes. And examples are beeswax, which we get from honeybee. Carnauba wax, this is called as queen of waxes. Okay. This we get from carnauba palm leaves, and spermaceti wax, which we get from sperm whale oil. So that's it for part 1. Thank you.